Okay.
Crystal Dynamics, Square Enix, and Marvel Games are telling us it's finally time to suit up because today we have a first look, sort of in-depth look, at gear customization and character progression in Marvel's Avengers coming May of next year. It looks good. I'm excited by it. We're going to get into it in a second. The trailer is a different kind of trailer from them so far for this whole marketing campaign. It's the first one, to my recollection, where we're just getting a very deliberate explanation of what we're seeing on screen. There's a narrator who at the beginning of the trailer is sort of recapping everything we know about the game so far, explaining the story, how AIM is going to factor in as the main antagonist for the campaign, how Kamala is the protagonist, kind of the strength, the glue that brings the Avengers back together after A-Day, which we've seen several times over in the marketing so far. But the trailer goes to show even more Kamala gameplay. She looks awesome. You can grow, similar to an Ant-Man style, I guess. You can embiggen is the correct term. But Kamala's gameplay looks very fun. It looks the most distinct out of all the Avengers we've seen so far. But the trailer goes on and it gets into the meat and potatoes of what this game really exists to be outside of the campaign. It's chasing the popularity and the dopamine of a looter shooter despite not being a shooter. I guess a looter hero game, maybe? I don't know. Somebody can think of a better term than I can. Is this a Strand game? Anyway, the gear system is very familiar. It looks like something we've seen from a Destiny or an Assassin's Creed Odyssey more recently, specifically focusing on single-player aspect of gear. But it doesn't look bad. I think it looks like what I want out of this game. Honestly, I really enjoy the idea of heroics, but it looks good. It looks satisfying. It looks like there's enough here to go off of, so I can really make my version of Thor, my version of Iron Man, my own. Aside from the different colors of gear that we expect out of most RPGs these days, we also have confirmation once again that there are going to be several costumes for each hero from 80 years of Marvel history, which is very exciting. We can clearly see there's a lot of slots open here, so if we could get something on the scale of Spider-Man for alternate costumes for each Avenger, that's going to be really cool. It's going to be an awesome touch, and it's going to be points in this game's favor for me. We've heard numerous representatives from people attached to this project that you're going to have single-player missions, co-op missions, your online missions, that your character progression is going to come across in every single one of those playstyles, so you're not going to have an online and a single-player build. It's one character. But we finally see a very familiar-looking setup. The war table is what they called it. It's pretty much a Destiny map, which again, I don't have a huge problem with. I think Destiny works for this type of game as far as picking the area you want to go explore, choosing what mission you want to do there, fire teaming up. So I think this works for the game they're trying to make. While I would have loved an open world hub from the get-go, I'm okay with the system they're presenting so far, at least what I've seen of it. A really cool touch to this, though, is that the war table, your base of operation that Kamala finds, is a decommissioned helicarrier, which as the game progresses is going to get fitted out to be more and more impressive until, I'm assuming, at the end of the game, it's a fully operational helicarrier, which is going to be really cool once that finally works out. But the emphasis of Destiny, the influence of games like Destiny, is very apparent in this trailer, more than any other so far. I think this is a trailer they probably should have led with, if I'm being completely honest, because it explains a lot of this game better than anything else they've done so far has, for me personally. I think this is a very transparent way to basically communicate this game, yeah, it has a single-player campaign, which looks great to me, but it's going to live as a multiplayer game once you wrap up that single-player story. And I'm alright with that. I'm excited by that. I can't wait to squad up with my own Avengers team of me and 3 other friends. But that's going to do it for this recap. Again, big fan of the trailer. I'm very excited for this game. I hope the beta is sooner than later. But now I want to hear from you. Are you excited by this? I know there's a lot of people out there that really don't want the influence of Destiny in this game. But on the plus side, from my experience, I've played a lot of single-player Destiny. I think a game like Destiny and what Avengers is looking to be like, I think you're going to be fine for single-player campaign, especially since Crystal Dynamics, the team responsible for the Tomb Raider reboot and the Rise of the Tomb Raider reboot, I think we're going to be in for a really solid Avengers campaign, even if multiplayer is not your thing. But once again, that's going to do it. I hope you stuck around this long. If you did, I appreciate it as always. Love your support, no matter what the size of it would be. If it's just subscribing or liking, or maybe you want to check out Patreon, I appreciate all of it. So thanks one more time, and as always, good vibes and good game.